Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. Hopefully you can hear me now. I fixed my mic. I don't know why my mic just suddenly is not working, and all I have to do is remove the device from OBS and then add it back to OBS, and I don't have to do anything with the physical mic. I don't have to unplug it from the USB or anything, but looks like it's working because the audio mixer is going meep 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 meep, so hopefully you can hear me now. I guess we'll start from the beginning. Oh yay, that's better. Thank you. It's Chibi Friday, and I'm doing things a little bit differently this time. For one, I asked my patrons to vote on 4 animals. Which one would they like me to make into a chibi next? The one that got the most votes was the Tanuki, and I've never drawn any of these animals, so at least not as a chibi. I might have just like sketched them or something, but I've never done a chibi caricature of a Tanuki. But that's not all. I attended the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators summer conference this past weekend, and I got so much great information about storytelling and illustration and everything. It gave me a bunch of ideas, and the ideas I'd like to apply to my chibi caricatures, especially for Chibi Friday, is to make it a little more interesting by adding, what I decided to do was use the random word generator, so I've got it on my phone, random word generator, and I'm going to generate a verb to be an action that's taking place, and a noun to be a prop that will be interacted with or present in some meaningful way. I do want to say that I reserve the right to generate another one if it seems too weird or inappropriate or who knows what. But let's see. That's so cool. I've never actually used this before. First letter and last letter you can even choose. But let's see. I've got number of words, 1, word type, verb, and I think that's it. So generate, talk. Oh, you can't see it. I'm trying to hold it so that these annoying ads aren't flashing on the screen because the bottom part of my phone is full of ads on this site. But so the word I got was talk. So verb equals talk. And the next thing, the noun. So hold this so you can see me generating it randomly. Noun and generate. Oh, midnight. The problem with that is it's not really like a thing. It's like a state. Midnight. But I guess I'll do it. I'll do another one though, because that's not what I had in mind, but I'll do midnight still. I'll just do a background that shows midnight. Man, this pen is really drying out. Might have to recycle it. Okay, so let me generate another one. I'm hoping for something that is something the Tanuki can be interacting with. Oh, not again. Why did it do that? No. Oh, it's because I pressed toggle instead. Okay, I need to actually look at my phone and not at the streaming feed. Okay, generate. Oh, meat. That's perfect because Tanukis eat meat. Okay, so that's the thing. It will be, that's the prop. Equals meat. Whoa. Yeah, this pen is done for. Goodbye, cute little pink cat pen. I've got a pen recycling box, so it's not going to just go in the trash. It'll be properly recycled through TerraCycle or their partners. Let's see. I've got a bunch of these pens. Here's the new one. I got them for Christmas. This is cute. Okay. Oh, and it's got this little protective thingy on it. There. Okay. Meat. What's also nice about meat is it doesn't necessarily have to be animal meat. There's like the meat of a nut or fruit is sometimes described as meat. So I'm going to do a little, get into some ideas. Ooh, I have an idea. I'm going to go to Thesaurus and it'll get me some more ideas about meat. Search. Core. So that's where it comes from. Why it could be the nut meat is because it's the core of something. I'm going to look at it on dictionary and see that. The edible part of anything, as a fruit or nut. The example sentence is crack the walnuts and remove the meats. Another definition is just solid food, any sort of solid food. The example is meat and drink. What's all the origin? Meat. Ah, cool. So it says the origin of the word meat before year 900, Middle English, Old English, meat, M-E-T-E, which means food, cognate with Old High German Maß, or Old Norse mater, or Gothic Mats. Cool, so meat with M-E-T-E just meant food. So I prefer not to draw dead animals, which is what animal meat is. So I'm going to focus on nuts and fruits for my version of meat, my interpretation of meat. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on the other side. What do I want to draw in here? I've been taking the pages out so that it's flat, so I think I didn't do that this time too. I guess I should have just written it right on the page, but I wanted it to be movable. So maybe I will be happy about that in the end. Okay. Let's put my sketchbook over there. Let's see. So first thing I'm going to do, I just got a mechanical pencil. Though I've been kind of considering maybe using a really light, but the hard pencil also digs in, and this also digs in. Just thinking about what I want to start with for the sketches. I think I'll just put this. Oh, where am I going? Oh, there we go. Put this right on my little desk riser thing. There. Well, you can't see it, but my sticky note is right here, hanging down so that I can see it. So, I want to think about what I want to do exactly. It's funny, I did a lot of poking around for Tanuki images, and infallibly there will be a raccoon in there. And admittedly, they do look... The face looks quite the same, but the rest of the body is, at least to me, is pretty different. Like the Tanuki have black legs, and the raccoons have really hunched kind of bodies, but the Tanuki are more, they're canines, so they're more like flat-backed, kind of like a wolf or a fox. Some of these are so gigantic, like their fur is huge. Okay, so talk, midnight, and meat. And I want it to be a chibi too. I gotta remember that. Okay, have an idea. I'm gonna do a circular composition. So let's see, I gotta look at this. Is there a reference picture that shows legs well. There's like a one like laying down or something. Oh. They're so cute. Oh, this one is super cute. Oh, look at that. Make it bigger. Okay. They've just got this little poof of a tail too. Okay. Okay, I got its big round head. That's the signature Chibi proportions. 1-to-1 head to body ratio. And so I'm gonna have it like just sort of flying. And okay, so it's quite like a dog. Oh, are there feet? Another thing I think that's different, I can't be sure, I'm gonna try and look now, between a raccoon and, yeah, here's a good example. Raccoons have like little hands, like little almost human hands, more like a rat. This picture shows clearly that Tanuki have paws like a dog that are like this. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. Okay, so how do I want it? I gotta imagine it with my own arms. I want it to be happy. So how would the happy arms? You can't see what I'm doing. I'm doing like this. Like, yeah, I think I want it to be like this. A little paw shape. And then the back feet, yep, quite like a dog. Although it's hard because this one's upside down, but it comes down, back, down, little toesies. Down, back, down. And they would probably be even curled up. Yeah, I need to erase this. This is already much more challenging than what I usually do. But that's good, because I'm trying to level up. Level up my chibis. I'm pretty good, pretty confident with my just being able to translate a photo into a cute chibi caricature. This is taken to the next level by trying to tell a story at the same time. Let's see, and they've got those nice claws, so I want to make it pointy. Go back to my other reference that I was seeing. Okay, the fur is pretty flat along the back. And it starts getting spiky around the tail. No crumbs. No crumbs. Got him. Okay, I've got it like this, but I wonder if I'm gonna do some more imagining. If it's curled up, I think maybe the head is actually back, not down. because I'm imagining it looking around at delicious foods. Yeah, I think even though this was the first thing I drew, I'm gonna move it down. This is a very noisy eraser today. There. Okay, get all these little eraser bits into the trash can. And, oops, my mouse was in the way of the face, so that, yeah, I need to look at a different reference. This one's kind of far away. I need a close-up of the face. Dang, these are so cute. They're so cute. Tanuki are freaking adorable. Oh, here we go. This one's really close up. Yeah, it's just so like a dog. Oh, it has the cutest little poofs for ears. Really small, short muzzle. I haven't seen any pictures of their mouth open, so I'm just going to use my best judgment. My experience drawing dogs in the past is just sort of approximate what probably it looks like. Or at least believable, even if it's not 100% accurate. Now, naturally, their eyes are teeny tiny, but since it's a chibi, gotta give it its really big eyes. Really big eyes. And they have a kind of Shiba Inu type triangle shape. I'm going to make the pupils really big because I'm imagining it so excited the pupils are dilated, trying to take in every little bit of the sights. They are so super fuzzy. Their face goes in a very triangle shape. Straight down like this. Almost like big Civil War era sideburns or something. Meep. So cute. They're so cute. Okay, and then the ears. This one's, adorably, are a bit folded. I don't know if that's unique to it, or maybe it's a young one, and so the... Yeah, some of these, I'm assuming summertime Tanuki don't have folded ears. They do have very rounded ears, almost like a bear. But I really like these fluffy wintertime. They just sit right on the top of the head like a, I don't know. It's like the cutest thing ever. Just look at it. Oh. They are so cute. So cute. Let's see, and the fuzziness even begins really low on the legs and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up a bit so I can tell what I'm doing. This will definitely be a multi-day chibi, especially because I've never done this sort of combine and pick them randomly words, so that I'm just figuring out on the spot. I feel like it's a really good creative activity for me. Not just practicing my caricature skills and my chibi style, but being able to come up with something, put it together. Okay, that's probably good enough for now. Clean up the eraser bits. This pen doesn't want you, this pencil doesn't want you to have the lead out. It's supposed to protect the lead by, I don't know how it protects the lead, but it does. Lead support system, it says. I forgot and I just clicked it out automatically. But then I remembered. It has this nice little label on it that tells you about it. Since it's so fluffy, I feel like, and it's upside down, I feel like it would have the fluffs sticking up. So fluffy. Clean it up some more. I've got most of the Tanuki done. know if it would fluff out on that side. I think it would be flat. I see. Something has been bothering me about the mouth, and I see what it is. The angle. Gotta redraw this part. Haha, that's better. Yes. Tanuki also have really nice long whiskers, kind of like a cat. Maybe not quite as long as a cat, but... mapping out the different fur blocks where there's dark versus light fur. This is the part that makes it look like a raccoon. And then it's a little more interspersed on this part of the body. But then the legs... the legs are black. I need another... This one's back legs. You can't see that well. Switch my... switch my reference, if my mouse would, there it is. It's like the hair is so long on the body, it seems that you can't tell if it's just covering it up or if the black on the legs doesn't... Oh, here's a good one. Excellent. So I'm not finishing the body yet, because I'm imagining maybe... I'm imagining like just a rain of yummy fruits and nuts. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that. And maybe, oh yes, there will be a pile growing. So we'll just start with like an apple. Maybe like a walnut. I don't really know what walnuts look like. Use my phone as a secondary reference. Walnut in shell. Google. I typed walnut in shell and it suggested walnut in shell near me. I guess maybe searching for it to buy it to like eat it or whatever, but walnut in shell near me. Images, please. They look like little brains. I love walnuts. They're so yummy. Okay. Got those up. They're kind of indistinct. They're just like a big oval shape with one line down the center and like some texture on either side. Draw another apple. Walnut falling. Okay, I've gotten 2 apples, 4 walnuts. What else? Let's do a pear. I love pears. It's my second favorite fruit after pineapple. Pear. What other kind of nuts? How about almond in shell? Almond. What do almonds look like? Oh, that's right. They have this. I have not seen them that many times in real life without the shell. They have these interesting dots. Like dots in them. Very, very interesting. There are 3 pears, 4 almonds. What other? Well, it looks like this is not returned. There we go. Apple, pear. What the heck? I'll draw a pineapple. I don't want to look too cartoony though, so I need to take a look at the reference images for... yes. Best 20 plus pineapple pictures from Unsplash. I'll draw the pineapple in its collection. So it's got these spiky scales. And it's got spines that grow out like in a spiral. I think that's good enough. And from the side you can really see the spikes coming out of each of these scales. I don't need to draw every single one, but I do want to give it the proper pineapple silhouette. There, that's good. It's got that big pineapple right on its belly. What else? What other foods? I don't want watermelon. It's too big for this. Search fruits. Oh, yeah, strawberries and stuff. Okay, nice. Add some strawberries in here. This is one of those crazy big strawberries you get sometimes at the grocery store. That's what it's meant to be. It kind of just looks like 2 strawberries. Well, whatever, that's fine. How about a little one? This little tiny one. These are like the ones we get out of our garden. Tiny, little bitty ones. Because they just grow and we're like, sweet strawberries. Do anything special for them. Oh, how about some peanuts? Of course, I don't know if any of this is healthy for a Tanuki to eat, but this is a Chibi Tanuki, so it's immune. I think what I need now is some overlap. None of these things are overlapping, they're just kind of floating individually. So I'm going to try to, so I'm going to do a banana right behind its head. Let's do another banana. Right here. What else? I like these images with tons and tons of fruits in them. cherries, grapes. I need something. Here's a peach. Something larger to be in the background a bit. Be some overlapping stuff. Let's do some grapes. What else? Kiwi. I can do a kiwi. A little fuzzy kiwi. In fact, I'll do a couple of kiwis here on its belly. And another one here. Yeah, man, I think this is good. So let's do a little grape here and have it floating in front of this whisker so that it's showing that the fruit is coming right in the middle of the Tanuki's body. I want to look at some more nuts and shell. Nuts and shell. Oh, here we go. There's like hazelnuts and stuff. Nice. I love hazelnuts. Whoops, wrong thing. I picked up the wrong thing. That one's kind of hard to see though. Ah, there we go. Yeah, they have that interesting white on the top and white on the bottom. And a slightly pointed on one side. Redo this peanut. Redo the peanut. Okay, I think that's enough. The idea is, the key word is meat, and so this Tanuki is collecting all these fruits and nuts, and it's going to get to the meats inside. I guess I'll hold it up for you. Here's how it's coming along so far. There's tons of different fruits and nuts falling down, and it's collecting them in its little Tanuki belly. It's so happy. So I had also drawn that extra word that didn't work as a prop, but that whoops, camera's not focused back. Come back. There we go. But that I thought I could use as an environmental, I don't know what word, as an environment. So it's hard to say what midnight looks like, but I just imagine the moon high in the sky and a dark sky, so I'm just gonna do a fun, easy crescent moon. And that's cool because it'll help give a strong sense of lighting, which I don't usually have in my chibis either. So this is going to be cool and different. Yeah, I think I'll make it, I'm going to, let's see, make it like sky. I don't want it to just like fade off into nothing. I like it to have a distinct sense of where it's going. Although it does make it kind of nebulous feeling as well, but still, I like to do it this way. I think that's good. So I also don't want to overthink it. These are mostly for fun, and I want to, they're for practice too, but I don't want to spend forever perfecting it. I think that this is a really good start for my new style of doing chibis. I'm going to take a drink of water right now. Oh, I'm out of water. Record another 24 ounces on my water log. Yay! Okay, so I'm done with pencil. I'll use eraser once I'm done inking this. Now it's time to get my inking tools out. This time I'm going to use jar ink. It's waterproof India ink, as long as I don't put it down too thickly. Oh, it was from the Art Snacks Inktober 2018. This has become my favorite jar. Well, I'll hold it up so you can see. Dr. P.H. Martin's Black Star. Waterproof India ink. I really love it. I use it a lot for, I mean, I have so many different black inks. I don't use it exclusively, so I just like to try different things from all the different Art Snacks boxes and stuff I've gotten over the years. But this is always the one I reach for first. So I'm just mixing it a little bit. I try not to shake too hard, you know, not like unless it's a paint marker, because that way it'll keep the bubbles down. Because if you have too many bubbles and you go to put your pen in, then the ink kind of pops out as each bubble pops out. Okay. set that off to the side for now. Out of the way. I'd like to. It's not sitting still. Where can I put you? Where you won't make a mess. There we go. I've got this sticky, what would you call it? It's like a roll of material that you use like in cabinets and stuff, and I've got it here so my stuff doesn't slide off this angled table. And it's holding that dropper nicely. Okay, I want to test. This is my favorite pen holder. I love this. E+M Germany, and it's like made with wood and cork, and it's so light and the grip is so comfy. Favorite nib holder, but I have so many. I was like, well, I'll just use a bunch of them and then I don't have to change the nib. Each one is holding a different kind of manga nib. What I wanted to do first was make sure this is gonna make the kind of line I want. Yeah, it's a bit thick even when I go light. So I'll use this for the outside. Oh, even though I just had a drink of water, my throat's suddenly so dry. More important than ever when you're using a dip pen to have the paper facing the right way, because you can only really use it properly by pulling it towards you. Out of ink already. The only thing with this is I wish the mouth was wider. It's hard to get this fat pen grip in there. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe I have some container I can use. This will probably work. It's a palette, porcelain palette. Oh, there's little crumbs in it. No crumbs for me. I like it for watercolor. The ink will work. Especially since it's porcelain, it's probably going to clean up really easily. See if that works or if I need to put more. It's still a bit wet right there. I want to be careful. The lines I've already drawn. Yeah, let it sit for a second. And while it's sitting and drying, I'll get a paper towel to wipe this nib on. Let's see if this is dry enough to rest my hand on it, or if it's still... Yeah, I don't want to risk it. This is, I don't know if you'll be able to see, just this tiny tip of the tail is still a little bit wet. It's nice and dry up here though. Guess I can at least do this wavy outline. I'm going to purposefully not connect all the lines. So it'll add to the like little bit of hazy, dreamy feeling. Oops, didn't want enough ink for that one. Also trying to have the broken areas not always in the same spot. It's really easy to have it be at the turning point. I don't want it to look too predictable. I want it to have the sort of organic look. There, it looks good. And the tail is definitely dry. I think I can safely place my hand here. I'm going to switch to a different nib. Can't remember, I think this is the next most controlled one without being tiny. Let's test it. Oh, I want to be careful not to touch the wet ink though. Yeah. Significantly smaller lines. Well, it's trying to focus. Anyway. Oh, and here's how it's coming along so far. Just the outside lines with that thickest nib. Oh, let me double check. I think it's dry. Okay. Oops, already dried. Go. ton of ink in here because it feels like a waste. Ooh, maybe if I angle it this way, that's better. Okay, little tiny claws, little chibi feet. I'm inking in my reminders of the fur pattern. Oh, these claws. I did not do these claws. Back claws. There. So the body is done on this Tanuki. So move up to the face. In fact, I'll go all the way up to the ears and work down. Using the light to see if the lines I did on the body look dry. I think they are. Barely didn't have enough ink for that last tooth. I'm gonna redo the pupil for this eye. I want it to be even bigger. And with this one, I'm going to go to my smallest, stiffest nib to do all these tiny little details with the fruits. Fruits and nuts. For these grapes, I'm gonna purposefully leave a lot of the lines unconnected to help show their shiny translucence. Also help them just look different from the other things because they're kind of indistinct as just a line because it just looks like a circle or an oval. So if something about the line itself is special, it can help it stand out. Of course, once I color it, it'll really stand out. I think that's all the grapes. I believe this was an almond. So it has those funny dots on it. Instead of trying to do this banana and not smearing any ink that's still wet, I'm just going to save it for later. Keep moving my way down. halfway done, I think, with the fruits. Oh, here's the fun one, kiwi. Just gonna do a bunch of little tiny straight lines running outwards to make it look like a fuzzy kiwi. Oops. Didn't lift my pen up high enough and I hit the side of the palette. Look closely and make sure the top is dry. It looks like it's dry. Ink this last fruit, this final banana. Oh yes, and there were these whiskers. There. I think I'll wipe my pen and see if that's all the basic lines. I think it is. Okay, ready to start erasing. I'm gonna erase and then I'll go in again to refine the lines and add where it looks like it could benefit. Especially because I've got this moon light source, I could put some really dark shadows with ink, and I think that would be a really nice dramatic scene that would sort of, maybe someone wouldn't think the word midnight necessarily, but I think it does evoke that kind of feeling. Or hopefully it will when I try it out. I don't have my kneaded eraser with me right now. It's somewhere. I have an idea where it is. But what the heck, I figure this is good enough. It's working well. And since I use the India ink from a dip pen instead of like from a fine liner pen, it doesn't really erase the ink away. That's another reason why dip ink, if you have the patience for it, is nice. You can erase and it doesn't erase the ink away. Trying to avoid those areas that I inked most recently in case they still need some extra time to dry. Pupils are definitely an area where I'll add more ink. And I drew this part of the moon purposefully, the shadow part, because I always love when I notice in the sky part is, I can't remember exactly, but it's darker or maybe just a different shade, and the shadow part on the moon is distinctly like a dark gray, like you can tell that it's a shadow. So that's what I wanted to get here when I color this. I've got so many, here it is. I have so many eraser bits on here, it's kind of hard to tell what's still needing erasing. I'll swipe those into the trash can. Okay, that's better. These fruits that it's captured still needs some erasing, and it's nosy, and this final banana that I saved for the very last. And now I can see some areas where I attempted to erase but I missed it. I didn't erase hard enough or something. always want to get all the graphite up as possible, as much as possible, because once I put down the alcohol markers on top, you can't get rid of it. It's stuck there. So I'm always really meticulous at this stage. Do several passes. Erasing and swiping off the shavings, and then erasing again and swiping the shavings. Usually after 3, I've got everything. This is already looking really good. There's just a little right there on the arm. Little. The graphite likes to stick in areas where my hand was a bit heavy and it made an indentation from the pencil. I just realized it's cool that I got the random words midnight along with meat, because it's kind of like harvest moon. That's like the story that's coming out of this now, I guess. Alright. I think that is it. Or at least that's good enough. Time to move forward. Swiping off all the erasers. Did I get them all? I think so. Okay. Now let's do some more ink. I wonder if it might be good if I use a brush, actually. I'm gonna get a brush. So it'll be way faster. I use a brush, at least for filling in the eyes, if not for doing the big swatches of ink on the body opposite of where the moonlight would be hitting. Whew, still quite a bit of ink in here. Let's remove some of that. Just working extremely carefully right now. Just want to be precise with the pupils. The eyes are the first place the viewer looks, so for me it's extra important to try to make it look good. any little thing that's even slightly off will be extra noticeable because it's just such a point of attention. I'll hold this up closer. Here's where we are so far. I think it's starting out pretty good. How much time do we have? Still have a little over 15 minutes. I'm going to resume this next week if I have the time. I might, and I finished the lines today, I might make it a coloring page. People want to color it. Put it on my Twitter and my Facebook. Okay, so this is going to be completely experimental, but just trying to get some thick, dark shadows. Gotta be extra careful now not to get my hand in it. Some on the back of the head, I think. I think that's good for the brush. So I'm gonna dry it out a bit on this and I'll clean it off after I'm done streaming. Now I'll go back to my nibs to refine these lines a bit more. Make a shadow under the head too, to show that the head is so much bigger than the body. It's casting a big shadow on its own body. I don't want to forget the chibi part of this. Oops. I didn't get enough ink apparently. There we go. Okay, I'm going to, let's see, so about 10 minutes. I'm going to get my middle-sized nib and middle flexibility and help the arms, the arm and the leg stand out a little bit against the pile of fruit it's collecting. Just doing an outline, a thicker outline, just help differentiate while still using black and white. Oh, that's much better. Stands out much better. I'm going to do the same thing here on the muzzle. Get some distance between that and the other side of the face. Excelente. I'm looking around now for anywhere else that might need. It's like maybe this side of the head where the banana is, to help show that the banana is separate from the head. And then for consistency, we'll make this line as well, darker as well. That helps quite a bit. Looking it over. think I'm really close to done with the ink. All I want to add now is some hatching in key places. Maybe a little bit to add some more idea of how freaking fluffy the Tanuki is when it's at least what I assume is its winter coat. So fluffy. Picture real quick. Close that one. I want it from the front. There's one. Dang, they're so cute. They are such cute little beings. Ink dried. There we go. Do a little thicker outline on these teeth to help them stand out. Now I'm just going to do a somewhat thicker, darker line on the fruits on the opposite side from where the moonlight would be coming. And that will help them feel unified. So they're all different kinds of fruits, all different kinds of textures, but they're all being hit by the same moonlight. For the grapes, I'll treat this bunch like it's one big thing. Saw the nose and I was like, oh, it should have some texture. And this nostril should be pretty dark. There. I think I got everything. Oh, this little strawberry, I missed it. There we go. Okay, I think I'm done. Hooray! I just signed the, whoa, it stuck to my hand, so when I tried to put it down, it wouldn't go. I'm going to sign it, and next week I shall come back and color it. Yay! Oh, there's these little spots I just noticed. I think I thought they were shiny, but they actually were just not filled in. Take care of these real quick. Haha. Yeah, it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop. Okay, I think I got them all. Oh, nope, there's still a couple. Yeah, they look like the same as the little shiny parts, but then I see them at an angle. I'm like, oh, it's not shiny. It's just missing a spot. There. Doesn't have to be perfect, though. That's good enough. Time to sign. Guess I'll sign it in this little cloud right here. Well, that's it for today. Here's what we did with 1 minute left in my streaming time. Here's the close-up. I think it worked out pretty well. This is my first time doing a chibi like this with this formula where my patrons voted for Tanuki as the subject. And then I used the random word generator to get a verb. Oh, talk. I did not get talk in there. Well, whatever. And then midnight and meat. And the meat I chose was, the definition is solid food. So I gave it a bunch of fruits and nuts. I could still probably get talk in here, actually, because there's room to put either words, or you could just assume it's talking because it's got its mouth open. I don't know. It's not, the point is not to like perfectly represent the prompts. Rather, it's to make a more interesting picture. And I think I succeeded. My normal chibis are, I think I do well with the coloring and everything and my style, but they're kind of boring. They're just usually just standing there or not really doing anything. So this worked out nicely and make a more interesting piece that sort of tells a story. I'm a storyteller, that's what I'm working on, so this is what I want to keep practicing. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you'll join me next week for Wednesday is Lucky Dip, and then I will continue this on next Friday. Thank you for watching.